live. I'm your host, Will, and it's good to see all of you. I want to make sure I raise my seat up so you can't see me. This is Major Investor, and we are talking about SHIB. Now, I've talked about SHIB in a couple of videos now. I haven't gotten a lot of reviews, and I haven't gotten very many comments. And that's fine. But we're trying to make SHIB work for us. So how can we do that? And that's what I want to talk about tonight is how we're going to possibly get together and form a community that wants the best for our investment. Now I don't want to know how much SHIB you have. I don't even want to know if you're in it or if you're out of it. That's your prerogative. But I want to get the ball started with start asking questions on what we can possibly do to get the ball rolling and talk about SHIB and how each of you feel about SHIB and why you got involved. I'd love to hear from all of you about this, and I'd like to know your thoughts and how we're going to make this work for us, so that as the community, I can help find a solution or find a benefactor in one of you that are watching to make this a better and exciting new year for us to get the ball rolling. Because when I look at prices like this, it kind of irks me. It should irk every single investor that's long term. And the reason why that is if you take half the supply away, you end up with 500 trillion tokens, right? Well, they've given 500 trillion tokens to Vladimir Putin. He donated 90% of it back to the SHIB community in the form of burns. Well, I don't know about you, but that's a huge, huge undertaking. It was at 9 zeros. It should be at 4 zeros, 4 5, right? Well, it's not. So it is 4 times under that value. And if we drop and we add another zero, that means we are what? Exactly. That means that we are now well below what we even consider fair market value. If you were a stock and you were that low, and you had no analysts covering you because you're that low, there's a reason for it. Usually because the community or investors don't see where it's going. They don't see the vision anymore in the company. So therefore, it becomes a pump and dump, right? They pump it and then they dump it. With coins, it's a little different story because everybody knows once you get up to 30 to 40%, there's a huge undertaking and people start taking profit. And that is the crypto way. So when it makes 20 to 30% from its low, they start taking profit and then it drives it down. And that's very easy to understand and it's easy to follow on the charts. So as long as those things happen, you can make profit, you make gains. The problem with SHIB is it reduces the amount of circulating supply. Unfortunately, most of what's going on is burns from holders, and that's not any benefit to us, the community. So we got to come up with real solutions. And my solution was that spread the word about the deficit. National debts can pay off their national debts. But that also means it's bad for us too because it's going to shut down our SHIB instantly because they're going to try and buy every single coin they can get their hands on, which means they're going to drive the price up. Okay, but the first 125 trillion is going to be consumed fairly rapidly because, like I said, once it gets to 30%, then the whales start selling it, and then. But you can see what the point is, right? So it goes past. It needs to go up to 125 trillion to get rid of all of the day traders and all the people trying to short it and whatnot. Then you have the whales. Now they once they see 40, 50%, they sell off a bit of it. And then If it's a country buying it, they're going to buy massive amounts of SHIB. So it'll drive the price up, but it won't. It'll have to change hands like 200 to 300 trillion tokens. Well, if they're the ones buying it, they're going to take it all. Anyway, all the ones that are going to sell it. So that's why I said within the 13 to $15 million market cap that's out there. That's well, I would think between 12 and 10 million, they would pretty much have all the coins. They would have a good chunk of them, like probably around 300 trillion tokens in their pocket at that point. And that would be enough to start them off in the right foot for most of the currencies. Now, didn't want to get into currencies. I wanted to get into us. How we're going to possibly benefit from SHIB being at a lower price. And I want to know from everybody out there what their thoughts are on it and how we can possibly make this a little better for everybody. Because I want to know from you guys how we can get to the point and make some money. Shibarium is going to come out. Shibarium by itself won't lose our coins by a lot unless everybody from the SHIB community moves over to Shibarium. But you're not going to move over to Shibarium if Shibarium is not going to be in your best interest. And that's the bottom line. The other community, the other projects that are coming on, even mine with Major Aerial Drone Services, is going to be the same thing. We're all a new startup company. We don't know how long it's going to take us to get off the ground. All these unknown factors, especially in a downward economy, the only thing that makes more sense, unfortunately, sorry SHIB community, but the only thing that makes more sense is if Japan, US, what was the other ones? Hungary, start buying SHIB. They would abandon Bitcoin because Bitcoin is too expensive, and SHIB is right in there where their currency, they still make money on their currency. So Japan, China, any one of these countries takes it over, they're going to be buying a crap load. China would buy it all. India would buy it all from us. We wouldn't have a choice in it. And you would hold out. I would hold out. A few others would hold out, but people who have trillions would sell it. Only because it's at such a valuation from where it is right now. And they wouldn't have a chance of selling it. That's the thing. Like you wouldn't have a chance to be able to get back in. Wouldn't be able to chance to buy it at a lower price. Because once it shoots up, it has a hard time coming down when all the tokens are gone. And that's the bottom line with that. So if you guys have some real solutions on how we can possibly get this done, I made a solution. I came up with a couple of them. Start a company in SHIB, start raising your flag, put out your disclosure agreements on your channels. Make sure you come up with a website. Website has a burn web address. That's a public wallet address, and then you burn SHIB on every single person on every single product that someone purchases. So every single transaction that you do, even if it's McDonald's, Wellies, uh, anything really that would generate income, you just charge a little more. And that was what I was trying to get. That was my solution to this. But I want your thoughts. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the holders. What are your thoughts? How can we reach the 1.3 million people that bought SHIB? And how can we reach the 3 million followers that are following SHIB? And obviously, they're not following it very closely, because if they did, we would have an in with the community. And we would have a huge influx on what we could purchase. Like it gives us a huge buying power options. And we could hold companies to that based on that information. So by myself, I can't. But the whole community behind us, we can. We can come up with a solution that works. We can talk to Jeff Bezos. We can go and see what Amazon has to offer. Maybe they would give us an extra 10 cents and charge and burn 8 cents on every single transaction. We would be more in tune to buy everything on Amazon at that point. Best Buy, Walmart, the Dollarama, Dollar Tree, all these individual complexes that generate a huge amount of income don't need to give us very much on a burn scale because there's so much volume going on, like McDonald's, Wendy's, um, like Tim Hortons, Robin's Donuts. Like, you see where I'm going with this? Like, I mean, it's one aspect of it, and we're only touching just a crisp of the surface here on it. And it doesn't have to be on every single item. Well, it would help on every single item. And it would benefit the companies that are struggling right now because of the economy. And that's my 2 cents, and that's my bottom line. We need to focus on the group, get everybody together, make something of it. I would talk about SHIB news and talk about the BS that's going on with SHIB within the realm of the other YouTubers, but I thought I'd try something different with you guys. I didn't want to get into charts. I could talk about charts, but there's so many people covering charts right now. And what with the charts, what are the charts telling you? Well, the charts only tell you what today is. They only tell you what people are focused on, but they're not telling you what people are focused on. They're telling you what the market's focused on. And that's it. That's all they focus on. Well, when we're under a penny, you can focus on whatever you like. The problem is that we're under a penny. So there's no analysts, uh, there's no marketers, there's no fund managers, there's no hedge managers following us. Hedge managers by themselves, yes, but no fund managers. There's no RRSP or the 401ks looking at this. It's too small. So therefore, without further ado, is a disclosure. This channel is just for educational purposes only. I can't tell you when to buy, hold, sell. That's not my option here. My option is just to teach you what is best for the community. So the best thing for the community, get out there, give us a thumbs up, like us, subscribe. We can't do anything alone, but together we can change things. But we have to start working together. I've noticed that a lot of spam is going on. There's a lot of FUD in the market, but FUD is just trying to get you to sell it. SHIB is on its own. SHIB is the holders. The holders is the SHIB army. We're investors. We are the SHIB army. We are obligated to help SHIB. So like us, subscribe, be all that you can be, right? And no, this isn't the army. Anyway, my fellow investors, my fellow onlookers, my fellow whoever you are out there, I'm wishing you all the very best. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon, hopefully. Anyway, from me to you, peace, love yous, and let's get the ball rolling, shall we? And then get talking about how we're going to make some money. But we have to start doing it today. Tomorrow might be too late. I've already put the word out for the national. It'll only take them about a month and a half, 8 weeks, and then you'll see for sure. But that gives you an opportunity to see if we can get the price to rise. If not, they're probably gonna step in and buy SHIB, and they'll buy it all. And I personally could care less because I have a big stake in SHIB already. I don't need any more. So I'm pretty much set. But for those that are out there, I have to tell you that you're playing with fire when you play with SHIB. You have no idea how strong SHIB is when it depletes coins. It gives people an opportunity to really turn things around for them. Now, unfortunately, when you put it out there for the nations, they realize it. They can buy it in a heartbeat tomorrow. But they have to go to a committee. It takes about 6 weeks to 8 weeks for those committees to make a decision. So, and I guarantee you that there's about 12 or 14 countries looking at this. If they're in really bad debt like Japan, and this is from Japan, this token, this dog, this meme coin that was once a meme coin, but as soon as they do burns, the meme is over. It has governance. No matter what they tell you, anything that burns tokens, it reduces the supply. And it doesn't replenish, that has governance. Got no meat, but it has governance. Anyway, this is my Will Major. This is my look on it. Your major investor. Anyway, I'm wishing you all the very best. Have a great night. And we'll hope to see you soon. Peace.